All right, I'm back, and we got a doozy today, folks. I don't get, I got 44 of them, sucker. So I got myself a big beer. And I'm drinking Heineken Premium Malt Lager. I think it's 5%. Let me see here. Hell, I don't know. Serve at 35 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. What that is in Celsius, I think it's around 3 or 4 degrees. I don't know. Maybe 7. I don't know. Oh, we'll just say it's 5%. So, without further ado, let me crack this boy open. It's a 24-ounce can, so I got a lot of drinking to do. Look at that. I got a lot of griping to do. All right. Now this one I seen a few years ago. Hold on. I'm thirsty. Oh, that's good stuff. All right. You know the kids when you do stupid things. I've done stupid things growing up, but I've seen people get their tongue purposely split like a snake. What do you do when you grow up? When you finally get out of that stage? I've seen one guy, I don't know if he had mouth cancer or not, but he had this thing he plugged. It was a hole. I don't know if he made it like that, and it was on the side of his mouth, and he had to put this thing in there, otherwise he'd chew food. I don't know if he chews food over here, but it's the dumbest things that I've seen people do. I don't know, man. It's just dumb. Just really dumb. Anyways, now this is on me because I didn't know this. People who raise chickens, but they don't raise the eggs to hatch them, but they still have a rooster. Now, you don't need a rooster in order for your chickens to lay eggs. But what I understand, egg on my face, is they protect the chickens against predators and stuff, and it keeps them in line or something like that. It's something like that. I'm not really sure, but hey, I didn't know that, so I was like, because I knew people that had a rooster, and the chickens still got maimed by foxes and coyotes. Is it coyote or is it coyote? I think it's coyote. Anyways, okay. This one, number 3. I don't know. I see this in stores. A cooler. All right. They sit there and advertise, our cooler will keep your stuff cold for 5 days. Who needs ice in their cooler for 5 days? Now, the way I do it, like say I'm going to go camping, the day before, I put the beer in there. I put as much ice in there as you possibly can. And then the following day, when you're going to go camping, always do this the day before. Give enough time. Drain the water out of it. Put more ice in there. That sucker will keep the ice in there for 10 days. Which the hell you need? Who keeps beer in their refrigerator or in their cooler for 5 days? Anyways, that sucker ain't going to last 2 days for me, man. You're lucky. It's 2 days tops. Because that's unless it's a giant, pickup truck size cooler, then it might last 3. 3 days. Today I was working on the attic window. I was going to buy windows and install them, the thermal windows and all this other stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. So I've been working on that, and I'm just, it's kind of time consuming. That's what, wore me out today. Okay. When a comedian's on stage, people go to see this guy, all right? And he says something that is offensive. Like when Chris Rock said something offensive about Jada Pinkett's hair falling out or something bald. I don't know what. Everybody laughed. Even she did. But since she looked at Will Smith and he got mad and offended, went up there and hit him. So what about all the other people in the room? Are they just as bad as him because they laughed as well? Is it? If the one person's offended, or all the other people, just as guilty for laughing at that if just because you're offended at it. I don't know who goes to a comedian, a stand-up show, and gets offended. You know what the guy's about. You know what he's going to talk about, and don't heckle him, because they're there to see him, not you. You're an attention seeker. If you're narcissistic, if you heckle somebody, I can't stand people like that. That's just really just the worst kind of people. Anyways, okay, this is number 5. This kind of irritates me to no end. Cologne or perfume is not installed. You don't buy it with a shower head, all right? You know the people like that. I had people I worked with, you could smell them 60 to 80 feet away. Now that stinks. You stink. You don't smell good, you stink. Stop doing that. I hate it when people, you walk down a highway, especially when you got that old woman's perfume and you walk it, it's like a wall, gets up in your nostrils and everything. You're like, oh, I gotta get the heck out of there. I run. Oh, whew, I told you I was thirsty. Oh, you can get this at M&M Beer. Go to mmbeer.com or Nitola's Beverage on Facebook and check them out. They are awesome. Great people, fun people. They got all kinds of old stuff like little knickknacks and glasses and shirts and stuff. Gotta go there, check them out. And I got wax lips, man. And look at this. Holy crap. A fidget spinner. How long that been down there? All right. Number 6. This, holy crap. People who forgive a murderer that killed their loved one. And they say, oh, it burdens me to be mad at him. You know what? This guy? No, it won't burden me. I don't forgive people that piss me off. I don't care, but I'm not going to be sit there and eaten alive if I don't forgive a murderer or forgive them. I don't care. They say, oh, you just harbor a lot of hate. No. I'd burn that bridge. But forgiving a murderer that killed your loved one, you're stupid. You're not stronger than me. It's just you're weaker than me because it bothers you. You're weaker. All right, this one, holy crap. I did this one. Number 7, spin brush versus regular brush. Now I bought a spin brush and they have a timer on them. They say it'll time. I'm taking it off. You watch out. It's going to get serious. Over toothbrushes. Now the spin brush will go for 2 minutes and it'll tell you, okay, you're supposed to brush your teeth for 2 minutes. And I've seen a commercial years ago. They show the rotations of a spin brush is like, they'll show the numbers. And then when you're brushing your teeth, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the spin brush does it so much faster. Well, shouldn't it be done way before 2 minutes is up? Shouldn't it be done like in 30 seconds? Excuse me. If it does it so fast, why did I say excuse me? I'm a pig. Being a pig, saying excuse me after you burp doesn't get rid of you being a slob. Anyways, back to the brushes. So, the spin brush works so much faster, and it should do it, but anyways, if you take a regular brush and you brush your teeth for 2 minutes, oh, you'll be foaming at the mouth. It'll be coming out of your ears and nose. It gets, but you don't put as much, as they show the commercial, they put it all across the brush. You're only supposed to use a pea size, but they use it in the commercial, so you use more of their product. But anyways, you brush your teeth with a regular brush for 2 minutes. My mouth feels cleaner with the regular brush, than it does with the spin brush. I know somebody that used a Dremel, a polishing bit on a Dremel on their teeth. It worked, but they had bad state teeth, but it worked. But I can imagine how many layers of enamel they wore off. What a goof. What a goof. Anyways, all right. Number 8. Now, we all know Jim Jones and all that stuff that happened with him and all these cults, all right? Who accidentally joins a cult by accident? Who does that by accident? All we know about cults, and you somehow get trapped, you're weak up here. That's where that is. You're weak up here. And what they do, they love bomb you. And that's the first thing they should do. Oh, we love you. You know, churches do that, but they're not cults. But you get cults, man, where how you get sucked into that? Because some podcasts will talk about that and everything like that. Jim Jones and that stuff, that was flat out murder. They were poisoned. Yeah, it wasn't Kool-Aid, it was Flavor Aid. When everybody says, oh, you drink the Kool-Aid, it was Flavor Aid. It's just easier to say Kool-Aid because it's more known. But anyways, people were injected with poison. They found syringes. Babies and children didn't want to die. And they killed them. That wasn't suicide. That wasn't a mass suicide. That was mass murder. That's all that was. Mass murder. And who joins a cult? How don't you know you're in a cult? You want to give up this. You want to give up this. You want to give up this. You can't talk to these people anymore. If you're in a church and they're saying you can't talk to these people, you have to give it. That's not a church. That's a cult, man. There are great churches out there. Fantastic churches out there. The last one I went to was Victory. Great place. Oh, I loved it. It was fantastic. I had a good time. Anyways. All right. At Victory Christian Center. Yeah. Okay. Number 9. Okay. Who knowingly breaks into a house and gets shot? You hear 911 callers. Hey, these guys breaking into my house. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna shoot him. He keeps coming in and he gets shot. Oh, this is so funny. On Facebook, I put a comment somewhere. And it said, why don't people who hate guns, why don't they put a sign in their front yard? This is a gun-free zone, you know? And then somebody has a little mental defective up right, said, well, why don't you put a sign in your yard saying you like guns? So they know where to break in to steal the guns. So I'll tell you, a criminal's not going to break into my house if he knows I have guns. That's the last. He's going to break into your house before he's going to break into my house because I'm going to blow his head off. Oh, don't use an AR-15. AR-15s are nice, but they get a lot of grief from AR assault rifle, which that's not true. It's Armalite rifle. It's a type of company. It's a company. An AR-15 is the diameter of the bullet, not the length, not the width of the bullet is about the same size as a .22, but it's bigger lengthwise, more powder, travels at a faster velocity, and it doesn't do as much damage as a 12 gauge with double-aught buck, you know, because I shot trees, branches off a tree, one shot, fell off the tree. An AR-15, it's good to have. It's fun. They're fun to have, yeah. They look good, but it's not good for home defense. It's not the best thing for home defense. Because if an intruder comes into your house, you shoot him. The bullet goes through him, through your wall, across the street, through the wall in that house, into the person across the street. So use something, a 12 gauge, double-aught buck, boom. Don't use slugs, use a double-aught buck. Cut your barrel down to 15 and a half inches. Don't do it 15. Make it 16 inches just to be sure. And you're set. You're set. Put a laser sight on that sucker so you don't miss. You're not going to miss anyway. You can blow through doors, through through walls, and you can get that person in one shot. Through the floor, oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I get guns strategically placed to wherever I go. If they break in through the front door, they're getting shot. You know, through the floor, through the ceiling, it don't matter. I have places to run. They don't know where I'm at. Anyway. They're not getting out alive. Now, I'm just letting people know. Don't break into my house. Anyways. Well, if I'm not home, then Aaron will get you. Okay. Now, this one is funny. I see this all the time. If you speed, you know, you're doing 15, 20 mile an hour speed limit, whatever. You're already breaking the speed limit and the laws. Why do you stop for stoplights? Why do you stop for stop signs? Why don't you just like pull up, boom, go through it? Or stoplights, just almost roll through it. Why not do that? I think you're more chances of getting stopped if you're speeding because you're covering a bigger distance than you are at that stop sign, unless, you know, a cop is close by. But am I thinking too much into this? I don't know. But why do you speed? If you speed that much, why do you stop for stop signs, stoplights, or anything? Unless somebody's in front of you, then you can just go around them. You're already breaking the law. Keep on going. You know? All right. If you have a military plate, thank you for your service. All right. I appreciate you. I very, very much appreciate you. Or an FOP badge on your plate. All right. It doesn't give you the right at all to drive like an a-hole. Okay. I'm just telling you right now. You might as well stop it. Anyways. It doesn't give you the right. All right, number 12. All right, this is funny. You're traveling down a highway, and you know you got the end of a guardrail, and they got that big yellow thing on the back. It's like it's supposed to like a crumple zone. You hit that, like if you lose control, or if you're drunk and you hit it. I always see those things hit all the time. And what do they do when they're hit? They put cones around it. Like, don't hit this. Well, they should have hit it in the first place, you know? Maybe you should have put cones around it in the first place. Then they wouldn't have hit it, you know? I don't understand. You know, if they hit it in the first place, you're putting cones around it, somebody's still going to hit it. Or they say, oh, they got cones around that, I can't hit that, and they lose. I don't know. There was a semi-trailer. We used to work, where I work, there was a smaller, there was a Kmart distribution center. Then there was like a satellite store, like warehouse off in our complex. And they had a semi-trailer, a 53-foot semi-trailer backed into the dock. And the dang thing, I mean, it's inside the complex. It's the main road. It was like halfway out in the road. And they put cones around it, you know? Now, if you're driving down there and you can't see this giant trailer, you have to avoid it. You're blind. Maybe you shouldn't be driving. But they probably put cones around it because if they didn't, someone would hit it and sue them. Well, you didn't have cones around it. The same thing with the highway thing. If you didn't put cones around it, you know, when another person hits it and gets hurt, they could probably sue the state. Gosh. Why am I wrong on that one, huh? So it's like a safety thing. You put like 30 cones in front of it, maybe nobody will hit it. I don't know. I'd probably hit it. I'd probably just see how many cones I could take out before I could. I don't know. Okay, number 13. A woman did a stunt, a world record or something, skateboarding out the back of an airplane or something with a parachute. Big deal. I could do that in a wheelchair. You know, you got a parachute on. What What's so special about that? Why did that go viral or something? She skateboarded out the back of a C-130 cargo plane. I don't know. That's now if you went out that skateboarded out there with no parachute and you had to land in an airbag with a wingsuit or something, that's impressive. But you got a parachute, big deal. You go out, you pull the cord. Anybody can do that. That was just dumb. Anyway. Okay. Number 14. I heard this on a podcast. A guy's wife commits suicide. All right. Now, they tested his hands for gunshot residue. They found nothing. They found gunshot residue on her hands. All right. Now, and it was on the hand that she shoots guns with, and there was a close contact. So you know she did it. What did the prosecutor say? Oh, the prosecutor says, that doesn't mean nothing. Gunshot residue doesn't mean nothing. Oh, but I'm sure it would if he had residue on his hands and she didn't have residue on her hands. I'll bet you all of a sudden, wait, you know, that's like when people bring in psychiatrists in there to evaluate the defendant. The defense attorney says, he suffers from this, he suffers from this, he suffers from this. Then the prosecutor's psychologist, psychiatrist says, he doesn't suffer from this, he doesn't suffer from this. It's all just, that's why I never believe anything in psychiatry anyways. It's all just what you want to think, you know, whatever fits your narrative, you know, because that's ridiculous. But the gunshot residue, sure, if it was on his hands, then you'd want him, you know. That was so dumb. Anyways, this is a doozy. September 11th, 2001, Pentagon. All right. All they had was a couple of frames from a guard shack a few hundred yards away. That's it. The Pentagon. All right? Now, don't open up a can of worms here. The Pentagon probably has to be the widest video surveilled building in the world. All right? And that's all the camera you got from a guard shack? Some crappy, grainy video? Walmart has at least 10, 12, 14 cameras on the outside of their building. The Pentagon doesn't have any. Walmart has better security than the Pentagon. You're telling me that? And the hole was not big enough to fit a jumbo jet. All right? No seats were found. No luggage was found. No engines were found. No airplane parts were found. Yeah. Yeah, it was an airplane. It was a jet. Well, where'd the jet go? I don't know. It wasn't in the Pentagon. You can see actual footage. You know, pictures, nothing. No seats, no luggage. Oh, no, yeah. Okay. Number 16, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's not Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, they got hip-hop artists, they got country music artists. Why don't they have their own Hall of Fame? You got the NFL Hall of Fame. You got the Baseball Hall of Fame. Why don't you got the Hip-Hop Artist Hall of Fame? Why don't you got Country Music Hall of Fame? Dolly Parton didn't want to go in there. I think after a while she did, but she said she didn't deserve it. There are people that are rock and roll artists that aren't even in there, and you got hip-hop artists in there, rappers. The dumbest thing. That's why they lose credibility. They lose credibility. Like the Guinness Book of World Records. They do stupid things. You know, They put stupid things in there. That's why they lose credit. I don't believe them. Anyways. All right. Okay, drain cleaning, HVAC, heating and air. 24-hour emergency service is not 24-hour emergency service. Here's what happens. Your furnace goes out at 11 o'clock at night. It's like 5 below zero. You call that number. Here's what happens. It goes to someone's voicemail. They're sleeping. If they're awake, they get the voicemail. They call you back or they call somebody on a list. Here's what they do. Everybody is sleeping. Nobody is up in a business waiting for that call. They're all sleeping. The person who takes the phone call calls up, and Bob over here. Hey Bob, can you? No, I can't go. They go down to the next one. They got Joe there. Hey Joe, you want to go out for this call? No. And then they get, if they go down, they go down the list. They go Bob, they go Terry, they go Stephanie, they go Jimmy. Wait a minute. They don't do that. And then when they call you back, they'll be there at 9 o'clock in the morning. If they call you back at 11, they'll say, they'll be there at 9 o'clock in the morning. In the meantime, you're going to freeze to death. Not me, but in the meantime, you're going to freeze to death because the guy's going to get up at 7 o'clock. Oh, time to start the day. Go in there, cook some breakfast, eat his breakfast, go to Starbucks. Before he goes to your house, go to Starbucks, get his $5 frappuccino milkshake. And then he's going to, sit there and drink that while reading the newspaper and then surf the social media and see what else you got, the fear of missing out, checking out the stuff. And then he'll come into your place probably around 12 o'clock. It's never 24-hour service. Don't give me that crap. However, the last guy that came to our place was in about 45 minutes. He was here for a drain problem. So, bam. Okay, number 18, veggie burgers. I've tried the Impossible Whopper. All three of us have tried it. Garbage. People say, it tastes just like... No, it does not taste like the Whopper. They're paying you to say that, or they're just letting you be in their commercial. And it's, look at me, I'm in a commercial. I'm saying something that's a lie. It's not good for you. They say, it's good for you. No. Did you look at the sodium intake on that sucker? You give a heart attack before you finish it. It's extremely high in salt. It's like eating Slim Jims are bad for you too. I used to eat them all the time. I can't do that. They're high in salt, very high in salt. So, anyways, this one here just happened. This one just recently happened. We had a bad storm come through. This is number 19. People who wait for the power to go out to buy a generator. Why don't you go out and buy it now and keep it? When the power goes out, hey, but a lot of people my wife sees, they buy them and then they bring them back after they're done with them. Why don't you keep them? Why don't you keep it? I don't know. Those people, do you ever walk around? I walk around the mall, not the mall, but we walk around stores, and you can point people out that if there was a catastrophic event, this beer's getting to me, ain't it? A catastrophic event, that a total societal breakdown, those people would probably die within 2 or 3 days, because their mayhem's going to happen. They don't know anything. They don't know how to do anything. You can point out a lot of people. Celebrities are probably the first people that are going to die, But man, that one already got one. People who forgive a murderer. That was way back in number 6. That page is gone. Number 21. This really just irritates me. Hobby Lobby. I love the place. Great place. Fantastic place. We'll have Christmas crap out in July, August. Maybe I'm embellishing, but it just bugs me when I walk in there and all of a sudden we got the red and white stuff. Oh my God! Drives me bonkers. And that's a short drive. All right. I got 44 and we're at 22. I'm halfway through this already. This goes along the same damn way. Radio stations playing Christmas music in October. No. After Thanksgiving, play all the Christmas crap you want. I have an idiot down the street that has their Christmas lights on. What date was that? It was like April 10th. They had Christmas lights on. Just don't play music too early. It gives you burnout. It just burns you out, man. It drives me bonkers. Okay. Number 23. People who, when I went to beat up Buffalo Wild Wings, not the best place for wings. Our gang in Sharon, PA, best place for wings ever. But if you can get in, if they don't have 50% of the table taken up, good luck for you. For reservations, I don't know why they do that. But anyways, there were 2 times I went with a group of people. 2 times they forgot to put my order in. Everybody else but mine. Now the next time they do it, what they did is says, oh, hey, we'll give you something, you know, what do you want for free while we do your order? And then they rush the order, and they're just like rushed wings, just crappy. So here's what I'm gonna say next time. I was like, I don't want anything. You give me a beer for free, a big beer, whatever I was drinking for free, and all our food, the bill completely paid for. You don't have to put my order through. That's all I want, is my beer and our order paid for. And they'll be like, oh, we can't do that. And I was like, okay. Well, we'll give you this for free. No, that's all right. We'll pay our bill. I'll take another beer. I'll pay for it, but I don't want my food. No. And then they'll start sweating. They'll be like, okay, here's what they should do. Whoever forgot to put the order in, was it the cook or the waitress? It comes out of her pay. Then you wouldn't have these problems. Like at McDonald's. You go to McDonald's, every time they screw up, we didn't have this problem when I worked there. Years ago. We never had this problem. If they screw up an order, it comes out of their paycheck. How about that? They'll pay closer attention. Anyways, number 24. This is crazy. Now you have people who said they see a UFO, and now I know what it is. When they see see a triangle, that's the Aurora project that's been around for over 25 years. It's a government plane. Anyways, they explain what they've seen. They know what they've seen. They're not stupid. You have reputable people saying what they've seen. Then you have these other people gaslighting them. Oh, what you've seen was swamp gas or an owl or the Air Force was dropping flares from their planes. It was a military exercise. They weren't even there, but they're telling you what you've seen. So now what happens? When that person gets into an accident and they sit there and say, well, this person came in and ran a red light, hit my car from the right end and took off. And then you roll up and you say, I don't think that's what happened. I think that you ran a red light and that person had a green light, but they probably had some warrant for their arrest and they just sped away, but you're really at fault. And then they'll be all mad and say, hey, don't tell me what I seen. Just like they do when you've seen a UFO, when they didn't, they weren't there. You weren't there, but you're going to do the same thing. Turn the tables on them. That's like people who are like charged with murder. And the detective's telling you, I mean, if I did it, I'm going to admit it. But the detective says, oh, I know you did it. I know you didn't do it, but you didn't do it. You say, I think you did it. You tell the detective, I think you did it. And he'll get all mad. He'll be like, what the hell you think? Well, you can start getting mad and starts getting in your face. And I was like, now you know what I feel like. It's like you being accused of something you didn't do. I had that happen to me And that boy, that pisses you off. You switch the tables on them. Maybe you did it. Yeah. People try. Probably people watching this video tried. It didn't work. Okay. Pole shift in 2014. They were talking about the poles shifting. Did it ever happen? Did it ever happen? No. All right, here's one for you. Number 26. The headline news. There was a tiger stolen from a house in Mexico. Now, what do you expect? It's Mexico. I don't go places where the government says it's a bad place to go. I'm sure you get bad places in Mexico and stuff. No, I will never. I've heard so many horror stories. But it's in Mexico. That's like when you hear, oh, they're gonna get a foot of snow in the Rockies, or there's an alligator in someone's backyard in Florida. Florida has alligators. The Rockies get snow. They act like it's something that you'd never heard of. It's like a kangaroo got hit by a car in Australia. You know, it's like, duh. In Ohio, a deer ran out in front of a car. Why a tiger stolen from a house in Mexico? Duh. I don't know. All right, numbers 27. People pulling shopping carts. Taking up way more area than they need to. They're walking with the damn shopping cart. The cart's this wide. They can get behind it. It has a handle. But are you one of these people? They take up way more space. Their coffee. You know. Why? And it's harder to maneuver around everything. You take up more space. Someone comes up an aisle doing that, and they're taking up most of the aisle. You know what I do? I turn right there, and I stand looking at something. Taking up more than them, then they have to get around it, or it makes it harder to get through. I do crap like that, especially in Walmart. Walmart employees. They will sit there and block, like they're important. I'm like, dude, I'm looking at something here. Oh, anyways, golly. People push shopping carts. Oh, man, that was good. Oh, it is 5% alcohol. Gotta get another one. Let's keep going. All right. Gotta keep this party going. All right. Look at the head on that. All right, what do we got here? Number 28. When you're watching the TV and the weather guy, they put a map up behind you and they show the cities and they show the temperature in the city. And then they go, and some of them they don't, and they go around and tell you what the temperatures are. I can see, what the hell the temperature is in this city, that city, that city. Oh, what's it in this one? Oh, you don't have a temperature on there. Why? The news is just as long as the weather anymore. It's like ridiculous. They tell you stupid things about the weather that nobody cares. The dew point. They started doing the dew point thing probably in the past 5 years, maybe a little bit, 3 or 4 years. The dew point. Just tell me what the hell the humidity is outside, then I'll, they tell you so many things in the weather. And when they're explaining the forecast, they'll tell you what it is that day, what you expect tomorrow, and then they'll show another graphic thing up there, what it's going to be like tomorrow and the next day, and then they'll show another graphic thing up 7 days. And they show you this like within 2 days, the same day or the next day, 3 times. It's like, why do they do that? I don't know. Okay. People say Democrats or Republicans has meltdown and explodes when confronted about so-and-so. I always see this in a YouTube channel. It explodes. breaks out. Mayhem breaks out when this person says this. And I watched the video and I'm like, where's the meltdown? I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe it's some words, some legal political mumbo jumbo that I'm not picking up on, that a normal Joe Bag of Donuts idiot like me can't pick up on. Maybe, I don't know. I don't see, it just erupts in anger. And I was like, I don't see anything. Anyway, let's get off that crap. All right. I go to a store, and you could, I'm at the end of the aisle, out of all the aisles, probably like the main aisle, wait for my wife to come out, then I can see, okay, there she is. I will park my ugly butt in front of something. We'll say, anchovy flavored bacon, and there's a whole aisle, and I'm like, nobody's gonna want this crap. I'm gonna sit there and wait. You better believe you're gonna have somebody that's gonna come down and want that anchovy cheddar smoked bacon behind you, right behind you. Not the one down there. They want the thick cut. And they're gonna want it's unbelievable. I gotta pick up my thing and go, you could go at 3 o'clock in the morning and there will be four cars in the parking lot, and you will go in for one thing, and we'll say it's, it could be anything. I'm so frazzled. And you better believe 2 of them people are going to be standing right in front of your product that you want. You just want to get it and go. Their carts are going to be in front of there, and they're going to be stocking shelves in that aisle, and someone's going to be pulling their pants down, dropping a deuce right on the floor. I'm telling you. There are going to be 5 people in that aisle. 3 cars are in the parking lot, and 5 customers are going to be in that aisle. I'm telling you. That was half head. I ain't doing that again. All right. All right, here we go. I'm ready to go, Jack. All right. Yeah, I got that one. The pickled pig's feet. My mom didn't get the pickled pig's feet. She got the regular pig's feet split. They were cut in half. She would eat that. I don't know how she cooked it. I would never. She'd treat herself sometimes. Oh, that and buttermilk. Oh, man, Mom. Okay, seawater rising. They've been talking about seawater rising for how many years now? And you could see some, it might be Photoshop. You could see some pictures taken back in 1908 and in 2018. The seawater is the same exact level at this area. I thought it was funny. Anyways, this is number 32. Yeah. All right, you see a truck. Yeah, I see a truck, but it's usually a loud truck, and it's jacked up, and he's got the American flag over here and a Confederate flag over here, and wherever you see him, he's flying down the road. Flying down the road. You don't think they're flapping, just he's hauling ass wherever he's going, And it was a guy down the street from me. I was like, they never come up to a red light. If the light turns red, oh crap, I can't stop. And they turn down a side street, go flying down there, come out, flying down the road. They're always flying, loud exhaust, just looking like a nuisance, looking like a nuisance. That's a new one. Anyways, I never got that. You can fly your flags, whatever you want to do. Just, I don't care. But just why is it always loud and they're driving like an idiot? Why? I don't get it. And they're never stopped at a stoplight or a red, you never stopped at a stoplight. All right. Number 33, daylight saving time. Daylight saving. It's not savings. Now, last spring or summer, it went through Congress and it was supposed to go through the Senate. And it's still there. And it's been almost a year. God forbid, they have to rush things through for having transgender bathrooms. That'll take 3 days to get through Congress and the Senate. But the daylight saving time could do a lot more good than crap like that, and it's still sitting there. I think Arizona doesn't have it. China doesn't have time zones or something. But Arizona doesn't have. There's certain cities and stuff in states in America that doesn't have it. Why do have it? Why bother with it anymore? I heard so many things. It was with the fabric glue of society. No, it's something with farmers and I don't know, with lights being turned off and on, saving energy. Blah. Okay, number 34. All right, I've seen this. Banks. There's a bank on a radio I listen to. It says this guy calls up. Hey, I got my paycheck 2 days early. What, is there something wrong? And they're like, no, that's fine. You can get with our bank. You can get your paycheck two days earlier than you normally do. So I will bet you that guy, 2 months down the road, whatever, down the road, he's going to want it even 2 more days earlier. I'm telling you. that I got my paycheck 2 days early. Oh, that's great. And he's going to want it a little bit. Give him an inch. Yeah. Number 35. You've seen this. You probably didn't. If you didn't, I'm going to tell you what it's about. 2 guys stand there. All right. And one guy stands, and the other guy just, boom, slaps him. All out as hard as he can. And whoever can stand, it's the same thing as football, boxing, concussions. There's probably more harm is going to be done from this slap fighting, than it will with football and other things. More concussions and more, you watch. Down the road, you're going to start getting Parkinson's and you're going to think, maybe I shouldn't have been in that slap fighting crap. That's but the same thing with football. You never think down the road you're going to get Parkinson's or boxing. But that money sure does look good at the time. You're getting the millions of dollars. But is it worth getting the Parkinson's and your life cut short? The slap fighting. Whoever invented that, some guy says it was probably one of the biggest mistakes he's ever did. Was coming up with slap fights or something. I don't blame him. Okay. This one I actually heard on a podcast. The person was sleeping. They woke up. They looked at the end of the bed. And they sat there and stared. There was a ghost. Somebody sitting at the end of the bed. And they stood there for 10 seconds looking at this thing. And they went back to sleep. This guy? Oh, hell no. My foot will be kicking like Jaws coming up from the deep onto the boat trying to get me, man. That sucker's going to have some broken bones. You don't come and sit on my bed like that. You'll freak me out. This person, I sat and looked at him for 10 seconds and I just fell back asleep. You were dreaming. That's what that was. You didn't see a ghost. Here I am projecting what they see, you didn't see a ghost. You were just dreaming or something. I fell asleep at work. And this is the only time that it's ever happened to me. I had a dream that I walked out the back door, the man door. There's a garage door, then there's a man door by the dumpsters. And I walked out that door, and there's some steps that go out to where a truck driver can park his truck and come up. And this black figure was coming up at me so fast. And I I just yelled, "I'm gonna kill you, MFer." And I am up out of bed going like this, and I woke up. Now, that freaked me out. I've never done that before. It was a black figure just coming up right at me, and I'm gonna kill you, and you know, and I was up out of bed, you know, I was like, holy crap, that's scary. Anyways, all right, this is funny. Contestants on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, they get the lifelines. I don't even know if they have that show anymore. You get the lifeline. They could ask the audience, or they can phone a friend. Now, my friend, for me to phone a friend before I ask the audience, he's better be smarter than everybody in that audience, because I think the audience is going to be smarter than that guy. You know, depending on what the question was. Do you have unlimited amount of people you can call, or you have to call some certain person for some certain subject? I don't know. They probably only give you one person to call. It better be Stephen Hawking. Well, not anymore. I wonder what he's doing. But it better be someone pretty damn smart, like Ken Jennings or something, the friend you're going to call. Because even though the audience is sometimes wrong, they are sometimes wrong. But they think their friend is smarter than the audience members. Maybe they are. I don't know. I never got that. Okay, number 38, deadbeats. People who you work with, who go to work, they do the bare minimum. I had somebody tell me, this is the God's honest truth, tell me, they don't have a problem with the government. I said this to somebody too, with the government paying everybody a certain wage. Everybody gets paid the same exact, you know, so you don't have to work harder than this guy. You don't have to work less than this guy. Everybody gets paid the same. I had somebody that said that. He has no problem with the government doing that. Yeah, if you want to go to China, you know, Afghanistan or North Korea or Russia, he has no clue what he just said. He has no clue. There are people out there that believe that. He believed it. But anyways, you get deadbeats that they go in and do the bare minimum or below what they're getting paid or something. They never better themselves. They never do want to do more to get raises. They sit at minimum wage and they don't do anything more. Those kind of people I don't need in my life. They are in the position in their life, you know, whatever that be, in debt and whatever, because of that thought, because of thinking like that. You know, they don't work hard enough to get that raise. They don't want that raise. They just want to just sit at the bare minimum. And see, I don't have people. I don't have room in my life for people like that. Anyways, food challenges. Oh, food challenges are stupid. You know, you see, we got to eat like 40 pancakes and, you know, 3 gallons of syrup and 15 eggs within an hour, you know, and they say only one person did it. You know what they do? When somebody finishes it, they just throw like 5 more pancakes on there and 16 more eggs, and they make it even a harder challenge. Nobody ever conquered this challenge. That's what they do. The food challenges are dumb. They just make it impossible. Anyways, that's one thing where I seen on the news. This guy did a world record of push-ups. All right. In 1 hour, he did thousands of push-ups. I think it was like 10,000 push-ups in 1 hour, something like that. And he was being an influencer to his son to show him nothing is impossible. Well, 100,000 in an hour, maybe that's impossible. You know, if you're in a wheelchair, you can't play in the NFL. Some things are impossible. You can't just go into outer space without a suit on. Nothing is impossible. That's a cliche people say. I just don't get it. Nothing is impossible. I can pick up a semi out with my bare hands. Okay. Okay, number 40. This really burns me. No, not really. Women, whenever you have a chocolate commercial, what do you got? You got a woman in there eating it. Oh, like she's having an orgasm. I like chocolate. Why don't you have a man eating chocolate? Come on. Oh, you candy bars, candy, chocolate. It's always women. Put me in a commercial, man. I'll tear that sucker up, man. I can have, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? I'm going crazy. All right, number 41. And this is, people tried this. They sit there and say, well, the inflation is going up and everything, the price of gas and inflation on products are going up because of the Ukraine thing going on in Ukraine and Russia. No. Gas prices were going up way before that. Stuff was going up way before that. You know why? I warned everybody. I warned you. Giving them the stimulus checks. Here, you get one, you get one. Gary, you get one. Hey, Beanie Baby, you get one. And I told everybody, stuff is going to cost way more than that crap they're giving you. You got a check for $600? I'll bet you spent probably a couple $1,000s more in stuff. Yeah. Oh, but no, it's the Ukraine thing. Uh-huh. They've been proven wrong. People called them out on that too. It's not true. Okay, I have a problem with this. Push-ups, pull-ups, bench pressing, I always have a problem with this. Push-ups, hands straight, chest all the way down. Touch your chest on the ground, then push. Don't go this. No quarter of the way, no halfway, all the way down. Then see how many you can do. Pull-ups, arms straight, all the way up, chin over the bar. Not here, up. No, all the way down, because you're making a weak part from here down if you're going from here up. You know, go all the way down, straight arms, then pull them up. The same with bench pressing. When you touch it, don't bounce it off your chest. Go down slow, touch your chest like a negative, touch your chest, then push it up. Don't go down. This don't count. I see kids in high school football players and stuff. Oh, they'll do push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Or bench pressing. Oh, 1, 2, no. Touch your chest slow, then go up. There. That's the way you do it. Ugh. Okay. I had this happen to me. The bank, if you put $10,000 in a bank, why do they call you and ask you where you got that money? Why? You're putting it in their bank. Then they call you and ask you where you got that money. Why do they do that? I think if you try to take out $10,000, they won't let you. Or if you put in $10,000, it makes it look fishy or something. But we put 10 grand in the bank, and they called us and they asked us where we got our money. What am I going to say? Oh, my cocaine dealership. You know what? Where? Banks, come on. Anyways, okay, for the last one, holy crap! We made it, folks. How far are we in here? 59 minutes and 54 seconds. I told you it was a doozy. All right. You know the places when they come out, happy birthday, embarrassing as hell, cringeworthy. They stepped up their game. when you go to a steakhouse, all right, I ain't got the balls to do this, but someone should do this. Somebody should videotape somebody doing this. The girls come out, they turn the music up, the girls come out and they start dancing in front of people. Me, it's cringeworthy. It's cringy to do that crap. I don't even look at them. I go like that. You know, I turn my head and I eat the peanuts or whatever the hell I'm eating. It's you know, here's what someone should do. Somebody should make one of them girls feel so uncomfortable. Break their phone out like, oh, you know, ogle them, make them feel so uncomfortable. Like looking at them and you know, with their phone, and he's just like all big eyes and everything. I think that would be hilarious. That's something jackass people would do. That would be the funniest. Just sit there and your mouth is open. I think that would be so great. Oh my God. Oh, it's crap. All right, enough of that. Oh, I can imagine what the hell they would do. What that girl would do. She'd probably walk off or slap you. I don't know, but that would be something to see someone do. If somebody ever does that, email me at osok5000@aol.com and you let me know. You show me the video. And the subject matter, someone did it. Anyways, I think I'm done here, folks. We got 44 of them. We got them just over an hour, and I'm happy. And I will see you in the next one. And holy crap, I got some Taster's Choice from, wait a minute. I got the date on here. 2002. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.